Hey guys, it's AJ and welcome to another episode of Hey Biz Buds. As you can see, I am alone today and I'll be having this solo episode, which is one of my favorite topic and it's close to my heart, which is called self-care. Yes. So what do I mean about self-care? There's a lot of understanding about self-care, whether sometimes I need to go on a holiday or I could be going for a spa, or I could be, I don't know, just drinking a cup of bubble tea, all those things that makes us happy. It's a way of taking care of ourselves. Okay, so maybe I'll just put into context about this self-care, whereby as a freelancer myself, now that I am uh, running TFA, running my business, I'm teaching, and at the same time, I'm also a mother of one. There's a lot of things going on, and sometimes, we are just too busy to take care of everything that we forgot about ourselves. Okay, so that's the most important thing that I want to highlight. If you are either one, or even if you are taking care or as a caregiver yourself, or even if you have to take care of your cats, okay, because I have cats, okay, two of them, and one of them is very sensitive to, I don't know, the environment or is it the food, so he always gets sick. So then, that's also a form of a responsibility, right? If you're a pet owner, you need to be responsible to taking care of your pets. Okay, so that being said, when our surrounding is a lot of tension, then we get too busy and too caught up to remember that most important person that we need to take care is ourselves. Because if our body, okay, whether is it physically, emotionally, mentally, is not balanced and not being taken care of, we won't have the energy to take care of our surroundings. So that's why, being in the Biz Buds group, I'll always be the one to, from time to time, remind, drop some reminders like, hey, have you, done something fun, or have you, done something that is relaxing. So all these things are important because even though you might think that, oh, it's just like wasting time or wasting money, you have to think back that, we're only human, right? And there's so many things that we can do. And one of the things is that as we are living, we also need to enjoy the things, enjoy, or like being grateful, being alive, being grateful that, we have a job, all these little things can be a form of self-care. So I'm just going to touch a bit about two types of, okay, a few area of what can be considered as self-care. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the free versus paid. Okay, what's free and paid self-care? So the word free, it's you don't really have to, take out any cash, right? So free self-care, I can think about is, you can probably go for a walk, okay, or stroll in the park or in your neighborhood. It's free. Of course, you will need to allocate some time to it, but that being said, for time, you also don't need to put, okay, I'm going to put like 1 hour walk or 1 hour stroll. If let's say you need a longer time, to enjoy, to immerse yourself in the surrounding, yes, you can. But if let's say you're too tight on time, you have like timeline or deadline to chase after, you can actually just put maybe like 5 to 10 minutes stroll, right? Even if let's say if it's not strolling, okay, you can even do it at home. Okay, what do I mean by at home is usually if let's say you want to spend some time to calm yourself down, or to take a break from work, okay, you can do deep breathing exercises, and that probably only takes like what, a few minutes, 5 minutes. Yes, so all these little things that to you it might be ridiculous, or it might not, benefit you or your business. It's more about your body and yourself. Okay, so these are a few free things that you can do, or activities that you can do, in terms of taking care of yourself. And I think one of the okay, it's not really free, but drink up, hydrate yourself. Yes, hydrate yourself is very important, because we're living in Singapore, and it's the weather is not helping, and and work is, with the weather and with the heat and everything, it's not going to help. So always remember to hydrate yourself. Yeah, so when you hydrate yourself, your body, you replenish all the liquids in your body, and then you will feel, a bit more rejuvenated, a bit more hydrated, and then it gives you the extra boost to carry on with the day or with your task. Okay, so those are the free stuff. What are the free stuff I can think of? Yes, my favorite. Talk to your friends. It's free. Yeah, I think it's free. Yes. Okay, talk to your friends or talk to your family members. This is more into like the mental health side. So if let's say you're facing like problems, or if you're facing, or if you're struggling about something, and you it's been a while, and you try to like, okay, this is, maybe I'll just share a bit. Okay, so personally for me, I used to like to keep things to myself, because I always believe that my problem is my problem, and I don't want my problem to be affected by people around me, right? Because it's my issue, right? It's like, why do I need to tell my problems to other people? Okay, but as I grew older, as I got married and everything, I slowly learned that when I express myself, okay, be it, if let's say if you're comfortable, you can share it with your partner or with your close friend. But if you are still uncomfortable with sharing with another person, you can actually write it out, or like for me, I will voice it out. Yeah, so I will voice it out, I will talk it out, and then I don't know, sometimes I will listen back, sometimes I don't, sometimes I just delete it. But it really depends on the context of whether is it an issue, a problem that you want to forget, or a problem you want to solve. Yeah, so these are the things that you can do, okay, for in terms of like taking care of your mental health, because these days, right, mental health has been on the rise, because more and more people, they are getting sick, not like physically sick, like sure, like flu and whatever, but they also get like mentally sick. I'm not saying that they're mentally unsound or whatever, but it could lead to like anxiety attack, it could lead to a panic attack, it could lead to like depression, so all those things that some of us feel that, oh, like, oh, I need to be at a very end of the spectrum, to be able to call that, oh, I have this issue. But as I go along, as I meet people, even personally myself, after giving birth, I went through a postpartum depression, and I thought it was normal, but it comes to a point that sometimes we're just too caught up with things, or too busy, right, that we see this, or we just brush it off and think that, oh, it's just I'm just being moody, or, oh, it's just my hormonal changes and stuff like that. But sometimes when you feel that it keeps coming back, then that is where you need to stop and you need to think, and like, okay, I'm having this issue. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be in that state. So I had to go through something that it's unfamiliar personally as well. I was in denial when I had postpartum, until when I started crying for no reason, and I started to be angry at everybody, and then I just feel not like myself. Yeah, so that was when I took a step back, and I accepted, I accepted that I have postpartum depression, and it's okay, right? So where I'm coming with this is that if let's say you're facing some issues, and you feel that talking to people doesn't help, you can write it out, you can express yourself. Another level, if let's say you've done all these things and it still doesn't help you, or it still remains stagnant, then that is where you need to seek professional help. Okay, be it a counselor, be it a therapist. And if you are afraid that like, oh, people will judge you or whatever, rest assured, okay, you will stay anonymous, and whoever the professional that you are seeking, or the professional that you're getting help from, there will be like an agreement that whatever that you share with them will stay anonymous, and like your privacy is kept or something like that. Yeah, so it's safe. Okay, so basically it's safe, so you don't have to worry about whether is it okay to share or not to share. Okay, because it's private. Yes, private and confidential. Right, that's the word. Okay, so since I already went into like seeking help, so another way of self-care, okay, coming back to self-care again, is paid self-care. So whether you go for spa, you go for massage, or you go for what else can you do? So you do stuff that makes you happy, but then you have to, fork out some of money. Or like traveling, right? Traveling also needs money. So those are the things that if you know that you like doing it and it makes you happy and you just need to fork out some cash, maybe since we're on this topic, right? Okay, if you want to splurge on yourself, okay, you need to set aside a budget, or you need to set aside like me fund, or like fund me, or okay, basically it's just a fund for yourself. Okay, whatever you want to do with that money, it's up to you. Okay, so for myself as well, I will set aside. So every month, I will distribute. Okay, like the income that I got, the income that I receive. Okay, I will distribute it. Okay, by savings. Okay, I have to pay whatever I need to pay, and then the last portion I will put a percentage of it. Usually I put like 10%. 10% of it into a me fund. Okay, and whether in that month I use it or not, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I know that I have, money, or like I have some budget readily for me whenever I need to take that break, or whenever I need to pamper myself, or whenever I need to, just buy nonsense stuff. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. So these are the things that you can do, okay, to help you in your self-care, to help you in, managing whatever stress, and also to remind yourself that you are worth it as well. Yeah, so self-care is not only, it's not a reminder, oh, to relax and, have fun, but it's also to recognize yourself and to acknowledge yourself. Yes, because sometimes, we always see the other person as a bigger person, right? I mean, let's be honest. We always think that the grass is green on the other side, but there are times as well that, we should step back and we should see where we are at and how green our grass is, and we should also, acknowledge it, and we also need to reward ourselves. Yes, so that's why I always emphasize self-care so much, because I have to do so many things, and I need to make sure that the person who is well taken care of is myself first. Okay, so I take care of myself first, then I can take care of the rest. Okay. Now, the next part that I would like to also share, it's about the different kind of self-care. So we talk about the free one, we talk about the paid one, and there's also self-care that have to do with work. Right? I know it sounds crazy, because like, how we already work so hard and now you want me to work some more. Yeah, so okay, but before you have any thoughts, okay, let me just share a bit about where I'm coming from. Okay, so in terms of like I won't say activities. Okay, activities. So there's this thing called passion projects. Okay, whether you get paid for it, whether you're doing it voluntarily, it's really up to you. But what does this passion project means is that you're doing work. Okay, I would say work. Okay, that you are passionate about. Okay, for example, like all of us, we're doing this Hey Biz Buds podcast, right? So this is our passion project. It is work, right? I mean, Rini and myself, we have to edit a video, we have to edit the podcast episode, but it is considered work. But we're doing it out of compassion. No, out of passion. Yes, okay, out of passion. We're doing it. So we already have the skill set. So we're doing it out of passion, in hopes that our viewers, our listeners who are tuning into our episodes, they can resonate with us, and is to let them know that, hey, whatever you're going through, you're really not alone, and it's okay, right? Because we are six of us and we are going through the same thing or something similar. Yeah, so it's nice to know that we have this small little like group, or like a safe space, that we can express ourselves. And that's why I'm here with my own solo episode, talking about the topic that I love the most. Not the most lah, but the topic that I am passionate about. Yes, okay, so there's self-care. So yes, so passion projects are work, or can be volunteer as well, that fills your heart, not really fills your, could fill your wallet if that's a bonus, but essentially is to fill your heart. Yes, fill your heart. Okay. So once, or like another way, I can think of is that, if you do a form of charity or if you volunteer, right? If it is a form of work, right? It is a form of work, but then you get the satisfaction like within. It's not external satisfaction. Maybe you have external satisfaction, like if you help, like, a family, or if you help someone, yes, you will see that they'll be grateful and thankful to you. That's external. But then at the same time, internally, that, oh, this is such a nice thing that I've done. It's a very, how to describe, a very warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Yeah, so that's something, it's something nice to have. And it's, you don't have to do it all the time. I mean, if you want to, sure, but then again, put it in like different pockets of time. If let's say, if that is too much for you, then perhaps what you can do is you can tie it up to like an event, or tie it up to like a special event. Like for example, like for us, for us Muslims, when we fast during Ramadan, so that is when all the charity organizations, they will organize certain things. So maybe perhaps, maybe I'll do some charity, maybe I'll do charity or volunteer work once a year, right, during Ramadan, for example. Yes. So all these things, if you notice, okay, all these things, whether is it work, whether is it self-care, whether is it passion projects, or whether is it, setting aside fun for yourself. These are all, if you notice, these are all purposely put. Okay, meaning that these are all conscious decisions. Yes, so that means you make, like, you put aside time, or you put aside money. It's all being thought. It's all being thought about. Yes, okay. So if we can schedule our work, if we can schedule, meeting with our clients and everything, we can also schedule time for ourselves. So you have heard all the different form of self-care, all the different methods. We have the free one, we have the paid one, and you even have self-care that is what you call that looks like work, okay, which is called passion project. So these are a few examples, okay. And if you are listening, or if you're tuning in, and if you would like to share your form of self-care, do let us know, so that we can share and we can learn from each other, right? Because your self-care might be different from my self-care, but as long as, we are taking care of ourselves, and as long as we remain happy, that is the most important thing, right? And with that, thank you so much for joining my solo episode on self-care. And with that, do follow us on all our social media platforms: YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. Connect with us. We would love to hear from you guys. Okay, with that, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.